To follow up with my ideas for the Call of Duty review, I thought of ideas that can improve the game in a variety of ways. And I hope the developers can take notes, and I hope it happens. So, let's get started with my Call of Duty ideas. Idea number 1. The Create a Weapon system. Other than making a class, the fans should have a chance to create their very own weapons. By getting gun parts by leveling up in the multiplayer. They can get parts like the frame, the handle, the trigger, the iron sights, the types of bullets it fires, the magazines it takes, the weight, and so on. With the parts they collected, players can make either old weapons from the past Call of Duty games, like, say for example, the PP-90 M1 submachine gun from Modern Warfare 3, or they can make entirely new weapons. As they make their weapons, it's saved as a blueprint. You can buy more blueprints from the shop with either the card points you earned from matches. The blueprints will cost about 5,000 points each. If they can get duplicate blueprints, well, they can sell them for about 1,000 card points each. You can also buy gun parts in a booster pack which contains 15 parts. Think of it kind of like, well, trading cards, but the booster packs are worth 2,000 points each. Also, as an optional approach, you can also buy them from the store with real money. Booster packs with 15 gun parts, $8. Deck of gun parts, which contains 60 gun parts, $20. A package of gun parts, which contains 150 of them, which will be $50. In the beginning, you don't have much weapons to start off with, but over time you can create more weapons, and with the community, it can grow. Which leads into idea number 2, sharing weapon blueprints and trading gun parts. Upon creating a weapon and acquiring a blueprint from the shop, which will restock more random blueprints every hour, but the blueprints can be expensive depending on the weapon. So, this is where the COD community will step in. The COD community can share blueprints with other players. But not only can you share blueprints, but players can have the option to trade gun parts as well. So if the players lack parts for a gun they want to build, they can trade parts with the other players after all. Both players might have the part they want, and this will help the community grow as they grow their arsenal together. A lot of people are going to hate me for this idea, but idea number 3, new bolt action sniper rifle mechanics. Over time, since I was playing Call of Duty, I was frustrated by one game mechanic that the developers refused to fix. And that needs to change in the new Call of Duty. My idea for bolt action sniper rifles is a mechanic known as the scope gauge. If the player even attempts a quick scope, very little damage is delivered. To fully deliver one-shot kills from a bolt action sniper rifle, the scope must be fully charged by zooming in and aiming for 10 seconds before zooming out. Risks do come with rewards for new players who want to snipe with a bolt action sniper rifle, but there will be new attachments for the bolt action sniper rifles only. But you will also need the equipment in your class in order to use these attachments. These attachments are Thermite rounds, Semtex rounds, and Tripwire rounds. You can also fire these rounds depending on how many you have in your lethal sock, and quickscoping will not work with these attachments. You will need to be fully scoped in order for them to work. Idea number 4, new perks. Over time, I have been thinking with new perks that can improve the game. So, here are the perks. Soldier's Honor. Your streak will no longer reset upon death, but your streaks will take a lot longer to achieve. Trophy Hunter. Your points will be multiplied depending on the medals you receive, but with this you can't equip Soldier's Honor. Quick Charger. Your scope gauge will charge faster. And this one will be fun for people who like using a knife. Camouflage Commando. By only holding a knife with increased range and standing perfectly still, you will be invisible, but you will also be vulnerable to UAVs, trackers, and a dual band scope. Idea number 5. New score streaks. Over time, I've been thinking with the same thing with score streaks as well. And these score streaks will really improve the game. For 250 points, they will get the ammo crate, but with a twist. Players will get a random weapon, plus a 50 points towards the player's score streaks and the team's score streaks as well. For 300 points, you will get the stim packs. You will get a painkiller effect, plus players with the Trophy Hunter perk will also get the effect of their streak will not reset upon death, but the effect will be removed upon dying and respawning afterwards. Players with Soldier's Honor perk will get no effect at all. For 350 points, the SAM turret will return. A turret that will automatically lock on and attack airstreaks, and points will be added to your streak. Plus, any player with a sentry gun can fuse it to create an entirely new streak. For this streak, you need both the players need the sentry gun and the SAM turret in order to activate it. The RT-69 Tricom robot. A sentry and SAM turret fused together to create a robot that has a mountain minigun and heat-seeking missiles that 3 players need to operate. 1 driving it, 1 operating the minigun, and 1 operating the missile turret. Think of it kind of like operating a Warthog from Halo. I'm sure that will be fun. 525 points, the Spotter. This would be really good for snipers. A spotter that will follow you, guard you, and warn you of incoming attacks. Kinda like the dog from Call of Duty Ghost. For 750 points, the Tricom Laser. A laser beam that fires a giant laser across the entire map that will disintegrate anyone in its path. For 1,000 points, the X-61R mini tank. Players can pilot a mini tank that has a death machine and rockets. For 1,700 points, the Juggernaut Squad. A squad of 4 Juggernaut soldiers that will automatically track down and kill enemies. And finally, for 3,500 points, the Biostrike. The entire map is covered in a biochemical, damaging enemies and killing them over time. Plus, teammates will get a 500-point boost towards their streaks. Idea number 6. 2 types of servers. A lot of players are going to request this idea for a while. Before players can pick a game mode, they can pick between 2 types of gaming servers. The EXO server and the Classic server. The EXO server will let players play with the style of the EXO movement from Advanced Warfare to Black Ops 3. And the Classic server will let players play with the Classic movement with no EXO movement. That means no wall running, no EXO jump, no jetpacks, whatever, just classic Call of Duty, like it was up till Black Ops 2. Idea number 7. Picking a host before the match starts. Let me ask you all a question. Who hates host migrations? I bet a lot of you do. So, why not give the players an option to vote for a host before the match even starts? This could save for a lot of headaches. And if anyone's basically experiencing lag, a question will basically saying, are you guys basically experiencing any lag? They could basically pick yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. If there's a lot of posts, people basically saying yes, then the host can migrate. Idea number 8. 2 brand new game modes. These game modes are gonna make the new Call of Duty a lot more fun. I've ordered these 2 game modes, and they are Free For All Hellzone and Team Hellzone. These modes are like Free For All and Team Deathmatch, but there's one catch. Halfway through the match, the score will be on lockdown, meaning that if you kill someone, well, you're not gonna get a point for it. And the reason for that? A map boss will show up and it will start attacking the players. The players will have to defeat the boss before the time runs out. If they don't, no one will win and the boss will win. But if players defeat the boss, they will be awarded with 1,000 a point boost The scoreboard will be unlocked and the match will continue as normal. The map boss will depend on the map you're playing on, like, say, Nuketown for example. A boss will show up by the name of the Nuke Buster. And his attack pattern is that he blows up like a C4 every 20 seconds. These bosses will have weak points that the players can shoot at. And, well, that's about it for the ideas that I have. I hope you guys like these ideas. If you have any more ideas of your own, please let me know either on Twitter or either in the comment section below. My name is Pocket Dragon, and I'll wish you guys happy gaming.